Alright, so this is exactly the type of map I want right here. It's got a little bit of blacks, not too much blacks. And what I'm going to do here is turn this into a texture. And take that texture and export it as OCC period PSD. So that way I have a Photoshop format of it. Then I went on to the interwebs and picked out some colors for this thing. I like this. This is very nice. So I'm going to copy this image and I'm going to bring it into Photoshop. I guess I don't even have to do that now. Let's save image as. And I'm going to save it onto the desktop. And I'm putting this stuff in a new folder. So here we go under desktop. I have this dragonfly textures. And I'm going to call this reference. Okay, good. And now I'm just going to go into ZBrush and kind of pull that in. So import it. As right here. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to take and load Spotlight. And I want to add that to my Spotlight down below. So in order to do that, I need to add it to, I think, my texture palette. So hold on. Add to Spotlight. There's the little tiny minute button. Click that, and now I have it in Spotlight. Now the thing is, I can use this as a color now, and what I want to do is steal from it every once in a while. Okay, so you can see I can steal from that image by clicking and dragging over. So I'm going to paint a new texture now, and the texture is the overall color of the beast. Okay, so here I'm going to use the standard brush, RBG, and color fill object. And then I'm going to grab some of this lighter color, and all this is just a bunch of monochromatic colors. So I'm going to close this out by holding Shift and Z. It closes it out, and Shift and Z brings it back, so I can toggle between it. I'm going to use it just for the color stealing capabilities. I'm not going to use it totally for a reference, but here I'm going to start brightening up some of these colors on some of these forms. I'm using this brighter color to kind of touch base on top of all forms, even though it is on just his jaw. I'm just lightly dusting this thing. Okay, also I'm going to add some different hue of a different color in here. So I'm going to go to color, and I'm going to use this thing called modifier. So go to modifier, and we're just going to hue shift this over a little bit. And then I'm going to touch base on all these forms again using this color, and I'm just going to kind of put this in every once in a while. And I'm not worried about getting too strong with this color because I got another little trick here. So just have fun with it, scrub it around. You can't go wrong here. I think that's what happens with students. They get so frustrated by color, and they're just going in here and trying to highlight and color each and every little part, and taking a million years doing it. And really, it's all in the dusting of the color and using the other maps to your advantage. So okay, so there we go. We got some more shell. Shift Z, and I'm going to just kind of pull a darker color from this thing. And again, Shift Z. And I'm just going to kind of scrub across these legs real quick. I don't want to get them too dark because they are going to be already shadowed by the ambient occlusion. Alright, good. Now I want to see if this works. I've never tried this, but I'm going to put noise and color together. And I'm going to grab a color on here. And sure enough, it does work. Wow, that's super powerful. So this will break up that color a little bit. You gotta be very careful with this because it looks like it can go on really strong in areas that have a lot of polys. Like those legs have a lot of polys, but it's not going on as strong on the body because of the poly paint. But this will help break up. So I'm just going to kind of scrub it across real quick. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a color from that, Shift Z, and I'm going to grab like one of these lighter colors, and I'm going to bring it down on opacity, like 8, 4%, 4, and color fill object. I'm going to do this a couple times, and what that's going to do is tone back the colors. Okay, so it's a way of baking in the colors a little bit. And then I'm going to go back with the standard brush and kind of airbrush in or out some of this detail. So standard brush keeps getting moved. There we go. So right here, these are really high contrast, and what I want to do is just steal some of this color and kind of tone it back a little bit. Okay, the next step I'm going to do in another video because I'm running out of time, but we're going to start highlighting things.